My name is Evan Ammann, and I drive a 1992 Daihatsu Charade SX. It has an engine swap from the 4th gen G202 Charade, the DeTomaso Charade. Been into cars that long, really. Like, it's only been a little over a year. I was into them kind of like a little bit, like kind of dipping my toes in. I was like, whoa, Initial D's pretty cool. I'd go to a car show, I'd have no idea what I was looking at. Go down an aisle, it's like, is that an 8.6, my favorite car? So that's pretty much all I knew about cars. Probably about a year and a half ago, but I started getting more interested in them, and I decided to play Gran Turismo on the PSP for some reason. That game is pretty fun. It has a lot of detailed descriptions of the cars, and I started noticing like these little goofy kind of cars, like the 17 horsepower, like 50 horsepower, and I was reading their descriptions. It's like, hey, it's a K car. I was like, alright, these are pretty funny looking. And I started really getting into K cars. So I was using like the Alto, the Kofin AZ1, and I noticed Daihatsu. And I noticed that there was only one Daihatsu in the game that wasn't a K car. And I became very interested in Daihatsu. So I started looking them up, and that got me not only into Daihatsu, but into cars in general. So that's really what kind of sparked my interest, and now here I am. Daihatsu is my favorite car manufacturer, and they didn't really sell a whole lot of cars here in the US. They were kind of officially here from the late 80s to the mid 90s, around there, and they sold the Rocky and the Charade. And the Charade is really notable for like its history in other countries and even racing. So I really came to like it even before I owned one. And I was definitely wanting to get one, especially considering it was sold here. So yeah, it also handles really nice. Like, I've driven a lot of cars, I'd say, and this one is definitely my favorite just for how it handles and how it feels. I normally like kept looking at Craigslist for any Daihatsu advertisements, and I saw one in Rosemead for this Charade. It was $1,600, so I contacted the guy, and I kept kind of pestering him, and I ended up driving out to Rosemead with my mom and my brother, and we picked up the car. I've had my car for about 2.5 months now, and it started dying as soon as we came into Vegas. We were driving near Pahrump, I believe, and it was pretty quiet. My brother's like, it sounds like it has a turbo. It wasn't the turbo, it was the exhaust manifold, which is not good, nor is it healthy. Exhaust manifolds should not make that noise. So we were going to drive it again about a week later, because my brother had been taking it to work, but we were going out to do something, I don't remember what, and it got louder. He's like, did it always make that noise? I said, no, it did not. So we took it back home, and then we got it checked out at a mechanic's place, and they said, yeah, that's the exhaust manifold. Your flex pipe is rotted through. You need a new front right CV axle. We did put your speedometer cable in though, so that works now. So that's good. You know, the exhaust manifold is breaking. Flex pipes are rotted through. But at least I know how fast I'm going in my very fast car. This car is really old, so it has 26-year-old motor mounts, and that causes the entire dashboard and even the doors to shake violently, and it's actually pretty funny. The guy I bought it from, he was like, yeah, it runs a little rough, but don't worry about it. Took it to a shop, and they're like, yeah, your motor mounts are going out, so it's causing the entire car to shake violently. That's what it is. And I'm like, oh. But other than that, and having to kind of hold onto the steering wheel so it doesn't just go up and down like all the time and make a lot of noise, it controls really nice. It's really responsive, like really responsive. Other than that, the car is great. It handles great. I could literally turn the wheel and it'll just keep going in a circle. That's how well it handles. It's good on gas. It's rare. These didn't sell well at all. The Rocky, which is the other car in the market at the time, was sold better, and that was a two-door SUV. The other good thing is that it's a Daihatsu, which are the coolest cars. They're very fast. This car is very fast. It's very fast. It's really nice. I really like how it feels.